the biggest thing holding you back from quitting cannabis or nicotine or alcohol isn't the withdrawals. It's not a physical dependence. It's not that you have a habit and an oral fixation. It's your belief system, and it's the story that you are consistently telling yourself about that substance. So I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands of people over the last 7 years, helping them stop using substances. And everyone who consumes a substance has a story. They have a storyline. This substance helps me manage the work stress. This substance helps me manage the stress of raising 3 children. This substance is a wonderful thing when it comes to my social life and all the things that, all the joys that it brings me. And the reality is this storyline is complete BS. It's a story that you've made up in your own head, and you've attached very, very strong beliefs to it, right? The belief that cannabis is helping with the stress. The belief that cannabis or alcohol is helping you be a better person socially. The belief that cannabis makes you more creative and better at problem solving. It's a flawed belief system. And what happens is when people have these beliefs, just like I had when I struggled for several years with a substance use disorder to nicotine, cannabis, binge drinking, pornography, stimulants, I had beliefs, and those beliefs were attached to perceived benefits of consumption, okay? And until you start to change your perspective on that, until you start to dismantle that, quitting becomes impossible, right? If you believe that life is going to be better without the consumption of the substance, life is going to be better without the consumption of the substance. If you believe that life is going to be worse without the substance, life is inevitably going to be worse without the substance. Right? Now, it's hard to believe in something that we can't see. And for a lot of people, they've gone years with substance use, right? I work with people who have struggled for decades, 10 plus years, struggling with a substance use disorder. And it's been so long since they've seen the other side of that coin, life without the drug. It becomes hard to believe that there's any other way. And that's what I help people do, right? And if you're interested in that, I put a link in the video description or in the pinned comment where you can apply to our protocols to help people quit. We do some really cool stuff. We use first principle thinking, expedited perception realignment, some really cool stuff. And we're the only people in the world to do that when it comes to cannabis and nicotine addiction. But that's really what a lot of this comes down to. And it's funny because so many people, when they quit substances, they're focused on the wrong stuff. They're focused on, oh, I have to avoid triggers. Oh, I have to avoid people, places, and things. Oh, it's the withdrawals that are keeping me addicted. Despite the fact that literally thousands of people detox off of any given substance at any given time on any given day and do so successfully. None of those things are holding you back. The only reason those things are holding you back is because you believe they are. That's it. You have the belief that you can't move past those things. So you remain addicted to the substance. Once you start to break this mentality, I'm telling you, it becomes a game-changing situation. One of my favorite quotes, don't be so convinced of your convictions. There's a good chance, there's a high probability that your story that you're telling yourself is complete BS. And that story is used as justification to continue doing the behaviors that you're doing, to continue not advancing and moving forward. And that story, although you think it's helping you, is probably costing you a lot more than you realize when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your career performance and your finances, when it comes to your mental health and physical health. You have the ability to change your belief systems. You have the ability to rewrite your story, okay? It's just a matter of whether or not you're willing to do that.